and welcome to the Innovative Lawyers Awards, held here at the National History Museum in London. As you'll see behind me, the guests are just arriving, and the excitement is rising for tonight's awards. I'm joined now by Reena SenGupta, who's the Chief Executive of RSG Consulting, the research partner of tonight's awards, and Michael Skapinker, who's the head of special reports at the Financial Times. Now, Reena, let's come to you first. In the past, we've looked at change, we've looked at collaboration, we've looked at boldness. But what do you feel has been the most dominant theme this year?
Well, interestingly, Hugo, it's gone back to collaboration again. We had a collaboration theme in our 2010 report, but it was an idea that was before its time. And what we're seeing now in 2013 is a whole different universe of ways in which lawyers are working with each other, with their clients, but also with a whole host of different businesses.
Mike, we talk in the report about how London is facing challenges from other legal centres around the world, but do you feel that London remains at the centre of the legal profession?
London still has enormous strengths for the legal profession, but there's no room for complacency. And I think the two areas where the London-based firms have got to be careful, our report shows that there is increasing strength of the American firms. They're building up their position in London and internationally. And while London firms have been leading the charge in mergers, in consolidation around the world, I think they've also got to look to what is happening in Asia. We're going in 2014 to be running an Innovative Lawyers Award and report in Asia, and we're going to be looking at the growing strength of firms in places like Singapore, Hong Kong. They're very well placed to serve business in China, so this is at the same time an opportunity for London firms, but I think also something they've got to be wary of. There is competition coming from elsewhere.
That's interesting. The fact that we're looking at different markets perhaps means that we're heading towards a recovery. Now, the legal profession has done quite well during the recession, but how do you think it will fare during the recovery? Reena?
Well, I think the big point to note is that we've had 5 years of recession, essentially, and that's caused a complete reset in the European legal profession. Now we've got law firms who previously were incredibly traditional, putting innovation at the heart of their businesses. We've got a whole different outlook. I mean, we're never going to go back to pre-2008, and the law firms are running themselves differently. In-house legal teams with different pressures are running themselves differently. I mean, it is a brave new world now.
So it's all about innovation, which is what the awards are about as well. But Mike, what do you think we'll be talking about in 12 months' time?
Well, I think Reena's picked up the point that we've seen a lot of consolidation in the legal industry. We've seen law firms having to be nimbler. They've had to look at the value of what they're offering. They've had to respond to the fact that their clients do not want their costs ballooning. I think whatever happens, they're in better shape. They've been through a tough time. We've got to see what form the recovery takes. We've got to see what happens in the emerging markets. I think one of the themes of the past couple of years has been nimbleness. These firms have become much more alert to what's happening around them. I think that's put them in a slightly better position than they were perhaps 5 years ago.
Nimbleness, good news, consolidation. It's going to be an interesting 12 months. Reena, the final word from you. What do you think we'll be talking about at this time next year?
This time next year? Not necessarily revolution. I think we'll just see a new order of legal business.
Reena, Mike, thank you very much for joining us.